Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, have you been seeing what's going on in the world of boxing, right? Now, we'll start with the guy, Turkey Alashi, who has put on great boxing shows and, made a lot of good fights. What I mean by boxing shows is, where we know now, not just the main event. Co-mains, 3-4 fights. The first fight is good with his shows. So, but I've told you guys, how I can be cynical sometimes, that Turkey Alashi is not going to be liked. Made a, joke about him being banned in the USA. He'll be, right? Because making good fights and making all fighters fight competitive fights is just not what he's up into, right? And because of that, right, he's having problems. Now, you will see some of the fighters that are normally coddled will just have temper tantrums, right? They'll have temper tantrums. And most of them, the common denominator is, damn, why I can't fight an easy fight? Why are you making me fight somebody hard? Which he's not, he's just throwing money at you. And because of the money being thrown at you, you're put on blast. Right? Because you can't say, well, I'm not getting enough money, he's lowballing me, and all of that stuff. You're just like, well, hey, he's not going to pay you for fighting nobody, but he will pay you a boatload of money for fighting a fight that you should be wanting yourself. Now, the newest example is Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez should be wanting Devin Haney. You guys don't know. His temper tantrum with Turkey Alashi, where he's calling him a dictator and all this stuff and trying to insult him, is so he can make an artificial problem with the guy. So it can be like, oh, this is the problem. I got a problem with him and I can't fight. The point was he wasn't getting Boots Ennis because he didn't really want Boots Ennis. He's trying to act like there's some people, people in his own division, trying to talk about Boots Ennis, who told the world he's trying to get undisputed at 147. So if you really want Boots Ennis, go get Brian Norman or Barrios or something so you have a reason to fight you. He knows that. Talking about Terrence Crawford. He knows Terrence Crawford is trying to be the best of all time. He don't have time for somebody who has problems with the Steve Claggarts of the world, right? It's below him. He can't really hear you. It's like Loki. Does a boot got time to talk to an ant? He ain't got time to be talking to an ant. He's a boot. You understand? So that get out of here with that. First of all, he didn't want to. It's a distraction, so you won't be telling him to fight the people in his own damn division. Like rematch Jermaine Ortiz, rematch Sandor Martin. Here's Hitchens coming up. Want some. Keyshawn Davis and the likes. You don't want none of that. So let me just keep doing this stuff. So let me blame this and make an artificial problem with the Turkey out of sheep. I mean, you guys are not naive. Everybody kind of sees it because it's one of these open ones. So he's just throwing a temper tantrum because Turkey's like, okay, you can't get Boots. Boots said he wants something else. Here's a boatload of money to fight Devin Haney. Now, when it comes to Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney, the lengths that Teofimo Lopez goes through tonight fight Devin Haney, the feather-fisted guy, the guy who looked bad against Jose Ramirez, that guy. We don't want to fight him for a boatload of money. No, because we wouldn't fight him for undisputed. Ran around with a duck on his head, called himself undisputed with a franchise title, which doesn't even exist anymore. Franchise titles over there with the dinosaurs, all extinct, saber-toothed tigers and stuff. Throw it in the La Brea tar pits, something. It don't exist no more. We needed it for Canelo tonight fight Charlo, who looked pretty good in his fight, right? So you think about that guy about 5 or 6 years ago. Well, Canelo didn't want none. So we had to come up with something, right? And then we came up with something for Lomachenko because he didn't want none of the same guy that Teofimo Lopez didn't want none of Devin Haney. So Teofimo Lopez acts crazy when the name Devin Haney comes up. Even this Devin Haney. So that's what that's all about. Now, Canelo Alvarez, didn't he have problems with Turkey at Alashi at the beginning? Why? Because Turkey Alashi was like, fight Terrence Crawford. Or David Benavidez, neither of which Canelo wants to fight, right? Crawford might get done now, maybe. but he ain't fighting David Benavidez. And ain't nothing wrong with David Benavidez. He's in your division and was your mandatory. But he ain't fighting him. So I'm mad at the guy who's offering the fight. You know? And even Tyson Fury got some kind of issue with him. He's upset at him with something because he's probably not offering Tyson Fury anything to come back. So at the end of the day, Turki Al-Ashi is good for fighters who want to have fights. Right? Now, I forgot what Shakur Stevenson's issue was with him, but I'm pretty sure Shakur Stevenson's issue was like, yeah, get me the fight I'm trying to get. And put some pressure on that dude who's avoiding me, whoever it is. That's what his is about. So anyway, these smoke screens for the fighters that don't want to fight people are coddled the whole time, have just been spoiled brats. They do not like Turki Al-Ashi. It's all artificial. Holla at me when Turki Al-Ashi don't want to pay for a good fight. Then we can talk. If not, get up out of here. Doma Sports Talk worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.